Best in podcast, the best in town. You wanna get up, get ready to get down. With its big wide sky and the wild river Thames, if you wanna go, we can take you there to Great Falls, Montana.
Welcome to the greatest damn town in Montana, Great Falls. I'm Rebecca Ingham.
I'm Shannon Newth,
And we're no damn experts. Before you go any further, I just need to share, we've hit another milestone in our podcast.
Oh,
We've been asked to present at the Montana Governor's Conference on Tourism about podcasting.
We should probably talk about that sometime, what we're doing for that.
Yeah, one day we will.
We got it under control.
I mean, we'll prepare.
Yeah.
It'll be fantastic.
It'll be great. Mm-hmm.
But, you know, Montana's #1 podcast
That's
now featured at a conference.
That's right.
That we're going to
really
have to share
stamp
some
of
stuff.
approval there.
We told them we're not experts. But anyway,
They should know that. It's the title.
they should. So, Shannon,
Yeah.
what's happening today?
Yes, this is a guest we've been. I was just thinking, I was like, I don't know how we've gone this many episodes without ever having her on.
Well, there's that.
There's that to start with. She is a woman of many, many talents. We will cover all of them today, or at least the surface of them. Shirstie Gaylord's here with us today. Hi, Shirstie.
Hi, you guys are so much fun.
Oh,
We're
it's
so
going to
glad
get
you're
even
here.
funner.
Yes,
you guys,
yeah.
I love you.
Late afternoon episode
Monday.
recording is
Nope,
the best.
It's not Monday. It's
No,
Wednesday.
it is not.
Well, that's
not.
my mind, apparently.
Goodness. Shirstie is the owner and creator and genius behind some of the best Great Falls gifts, Montana gifts.
That's
And
right.
she owns Hometana.
Yeah.
Isn't that a fun name?
It is a
I
fun
love
name.
that name.
Hometana.
That's
Yeah.
great that you know, like you got to take that
Can
name.
you believe it?
Yeah, that's great.
And we have stories.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, we'll get to that. Yeah.
First, Shirstie, let's learn a little bit about you. Where are you from? What led you to this career path? What are the things you did that were illegal as a high schooler?
Fun.
Usually she asks your first kiss. Didn't do
Yeah,
that this time.
I'm
Yeah.
shaking it up.
Yeah.
People get scared when I say that. They're like, "Oh, but I don't want to share that."
You definitely get the vibe of the guest when you ask that question.
You
if
do.
they look
They're like,
terrified or not.
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vibe check. Okay.
Okay, so Shirstie,
Life
tell us
story.
about you.
Let's go. I grew up in Seattle.
Oh,
Seattle
nice.
proper. You know,
okay, I was going to ask. I was like, Seattle,
Yep.
Seattle, or okay?
Seattle.
Wow.
Yeah, my neighborhood was called Lake City. It was just above the University of Washington. So
Oh, wow.
big. Great place to grow up. Grew up in the 90s. Super fun. Very safe. Jumped on the bus, went everywhere.
Nice.
Huge Mariners fan. Yes, my dog's name's Griffey. On and on. and on.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We can talk more about Griffey later too, because you can meet Griffey. Yes.
Griffey is the Hometana mascot.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and then went to the University of Montana for
Okay.
journalism.
How did that happen?
Oh.
Why not WSU? Because they're Edward
Well,
R. Murrow School.
Yes.
Montana's
Good
better.
question.
No, I'm just saying she was in Washington.
I
Just
applied
asking.
to go
Okay.
to WSU.
Okay.
Yes, and I got in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a bad story there, but I chose Montana because it's
Nice.
much smaller. Yeah. WSU is huge.
Yes.
Huge
Okay.
guys. Yeah. So, but my high school in Seattle had a radio station.
Oh, cool.
So I had my own.
So like Beverly Hills 90210, like the whole David Silver radio DJ thing.
It's still Seattle. It's not Beverly Hills.
But that's my frame of reference.
Okay.
You know, my high school was 35 kids. It's
Oh my gosh.
dwindled since then. We did not have a radio station.
Rebecca, my graduating class was 1,200 kids.
Yeah.
My graduating class was 6. That included me.
Where was this?
Whitewater High School, Mighty Penguins.
Go Penguins.
Yep. They are now part of a North Country co-op called
yep.
North Country Mavericks.
Yep.
You'll see them time to time here at the State C basketball tournament, which we could derail
She
for
gets real
days.
excited
But
about this.
yes.
I'll see you there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
I love it.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So
So
UM.
1,200 kids
Oh,
out
yep.
of high school.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're like, no, I want a smaller experience.
Yep.
Did you
I
do
Missoula.
wanted smaller.
You had your own radio show though in
So
high
I
school.
had my own
Okay.
radio show. Yeah. My handle was Shiloh Craig. So it was the Drive at 5 with Shiloh Craig.
Ooh.
It was super fun on Wednesdays at 5.
Nice.
I didn't get the
So
whole
you
week.
got to stay after school and do the, because I assume it was live.
Yep.
Yeah.
Drive at 5
Nice.
with Shiloh Craig. Yep.
Why
wow.
Shiloh Craig?
I don't know.
It's a good name.
No,
is
it
a
is a
good
good name. Yeah,
I
your
liked-
radio name.
Yeah, I like the name Shiloh. Yeah.
So when did that interest start? Was it just like, hey, you want a radio show?
In high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You join the radio program.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
But
you
the
just
journalism bug then must have hit
Yep.
early on for you
Yeah.
to even be interested in radio to start with.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was
I mean,
just
hard
gonna-
hitting news at the Drive at 5 with Shiloh.
That's right.
Shiloh Craig. Yeah. Yeah. And so it was natural to just go into television. And so I wanted to be a reporter. I read all the Barbara Walters books.
Yes,
And,
she's
yeah.
a trailblazer.
Yeah. Wanted to be a reporter. So I went to UM for journalism.
Okay.
Yep. And then moved into, and then I didn't become a reporter. I was not a reporter at all.
I had like the opposite story, but yeah.
I stayed in journalism, but moved over to the production side of things.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And ended up becoming a news photographer.
Ooh.
So where was your first job out of college?
I started right in Missoula in
Yeah,
one of those
okay.
television stations
Yeah.
in Missoula for 6 months
Okay.
until we could make, in the industry, they call it a resume tape. Yeah. So
Get
I
enough
worked at-
experience to
yeah.
go somewhere.
Me and Shannon are looking at each
Yeah,
other a
like, I
lot
know what
right
you're
now
doing.
because
Yeah.
So
yeah.
My world's different.
Do you
Yeah.
know that we knew each other from
Shannon
like
and I
at
used to work
KRTV?
together.
We'll
No.
get there in her story, but I've known
Oh.
Shirstie for quite a while because of that.
I think we
Okay, that's
mentioned
why
that
we're
when
giving
I was down
eyes.
at the store just talking.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's why we're giving
Okay.
eyes. Okay,
Yeah.
anyway.
So I
Yeah.
come from television news.
Yeah.
Shannon comes from television news.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Our
just so
paths
everybody
crossed.
knows.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no insider trading here.
Right, that's right.
All on the table.
So you
So-
made your reel.
We made our reel,
Yeah.
yes, our resume tape,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
which back then was on these funny things called
VHSs.
VHS tapes.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and then my first job was in Colorado Springs.
Okay.
So, and then in order to get promoted in television news, most of the time you go, if you want to make more money, most of the time you go to bigger cities. They
Okay.
call them markets, bigger markets. So,
That's changed a little now.
yeah.
It's another conversation.
Yeah. It's changed. Television news changed a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've
So-
seen it all. Well, I've seen it from the TV side. You guys have seen it from the industry side.
Yeah.
So what happened after Colorado Springs?
So the path was always a news photographer, always a news photographer. The path was the CBS station in Colorado Springs, then Austin, then Salt Lake, then Denver.
Holy moly.
Then I went back to Salt Lake to work for a reality television show.
Oh.
Yeah, reality TV.
I don't think I
Still
knew
as
that.
a photographer?
Still always as a photographer.
'Kay.
Always. Yep. And then after that was San Diego, where I worked for a national television news magazine show.
Okay.
And then after that, I went into my second life, which was television marketing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Marketing. Is it normal that you would, like you said, CBS, do you end up in like the CBS line the entire way, or do you pop from like CBS to ABC to NBC? Because like at the national level, you don't see,
Yeah.
Hoda switching from one team to the other,
Right.
or George Stephanopoulos.
Right. Yeah.
So
Good
do
question.
you stay? Did you
Good
stay with
question.
CBS, or did you dabble in Fox and then over to ABC and then?
So all of these TV stations that I worked for were locally owned television stations.
Oh.
So when I say CBS, I'm really just talking about an affiliate.
Right.
And there's no brand loyalty to affiliates when you work in small
markets.
Yeah, when you work in. So I stayed with CBS for like 3 jumps, and then I went to ABC. and
Okay.
Yeah.
So
No, there's no loyalty.
no brand, no
some
brand
like-
tattooed somewhere on your body.
No.
And companies will own, like, there's
Multiple.
one in Montana that owns like all the CBS because they're all already sister stations, but that same company has like an NBC in Kansas City or
Helena,
whatever,
yeah.
and it's
Okay, learning something new every day,
Yeah.
people.
Tons of
We
fun.
are We aren't just pretty people. We know stuff too.
What reality show was it?
Can you
in
say?
Salt Lake?
Sure, I can say.
And-
Yeah. It was a reality show called The Story Trek. And it was where it's fascinating. We took a crew of 6 people and we closed our eyes and we pointed at a map of the United States and we went there.
Oh,
That's
6
so
people,
fun.
an audio person, a couple of photographers, a producer, a host, and we would get all of our gear and all of our people on a plane and we would fly to wherever the dart hit
Land.
on the map
Ooh.
and we would start knocking on doors with our cameras in tow, rolling. It sounds like I'm making this up. I'm not. It was a reality show.
right.
And
Like
the
real
host-
reality.
Real
Yeah.
reality.
Not scripted reality.
Right.
And the host would knock on the door and say, "Do you want to be on TV? Do you want to be on TV? Do you want to be on TV?" And sometimes people would slam the door in our
Yeah.
face.
I was like, that
Yeah.
probably seems more likely.
The first person to say yes, we would set up an interview them for a half an hour, and tell whatever story there. So the tagline
I
of the
love that.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
The
That's a
tagline,
really great idea.
yeah.
Shannon, we should do that here. Just
Okay,
go.
can I have some security? Because
No, just start knocking on doors and then go in and set up with your phone.
There's a reason I hated doing that in news, but yes, I love the concept.
And I mean, the stories were edited to get them
Yeah.
on time, but we never, ever omitted a story.
Yeah.
Never. The first person to say yes, their story was on television.
That is so fun.
That's really
What
cool.
what was a random place you never thought you'd go that you ended up going for
Oh
that?
my gosh, there are the flyover states.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow, you guys! There
Sometimes a little bit of a challenge to get there with a plane.
I can and gears of tripods and cameras and flying. The flyover states are wild, and boy, are they humid. Carrying gear around these
Yeah.
states, East Coast was fun, because they are prickly.
It's like certain areas have come with their own different
They actually
challenges.
opened the door to you and
yeah.
they
said stuff and then
yeah.
shut it again.
That was colorful language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they on YouTube or anything anywhere? Can you watch them?
The production company was actually Brigham Young University.
Yeah.
Was
Okay.
the production company so you can go to their website.
Yeah.
And watch all of the story treks. There's like 10 seasons.
That's awesome.
But I worked for 2. I worked
Okay.
for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So the ones that look good, those are mine.
Those are hers. And then what national show was it in San Diego? The national magazine.
Yep.
News
It was
magazine?
called The List.
Oh.
Yep. Oh,
Yes.
It's
of
called.
course I know the list.
Shannon knows The List. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a news
That's
magazine
right.
show,
Yep. Okay.
and I was the San Diego bureau, so we produced like Southern California news that they would cherry pick for their national show. Yep,
Cool. Yeah.
it was fun.
So we've ended in California so far.
we're in San Diego.
Yeah,
It's still quite a distance from here to there.
yeah.
So fill me in on what happened between those times. You just said, California, I'm done.
Between,
She threw the dart and found Great Falls.
I mean, San Diego's pretty cool. Like it's hard to leave San Diego, but Montana. I mean, I went to the University of Montana. I always wanted to get back to Montana. I met my husband in Denver, who is from Montana.
Oh.
See, it's connecting, Rebecca.
Yep.
You're
I
getting
knew the
it.
dots were going to show up eventually.
Here we come. Yeah.
Fun fact: her husband was my news director for a while.
Oh,
We'll get there.
We met in the media. Yeah.
odd.
He's also from just right up the road.
See? Yeah. So he's from Valier.
Oh, I love Valier.
What? No one's ever said that.
How do you not love Valier?
Valier. I honestly love Valier. It's
Yeah.
adorable.
I actually encourage people when they cannot stay in Great Falls and they're camping, they're
You're doing
like,
the glacier thing.
yeah, they're like, well,
Yes.
it's like 2:00 in the afternoon. It's too early to stop. Don't have rooms in Glacier. I'm like, oh, go to Valier and stay at Lake Francis. Valier City has a camping area there. It's absolutely amazing. They're like, seriously? I'm like, yeah, it's in town, but it doesn't feel like you're in town.
Yep.
And this was a while ago, not that long ago, but a while ago. And you can have dinner at Froggy's,
Yep.
which
Yep.
then got ran into, and so it doesn't exist.
The
anymore.
Panther. The Panther Cafe.
Panther's still good.
Yep. Good
Lighthouse was
The
fantastic.
names
was.
of these places.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's the Valier
Yeah.
Panthers.
The mascot.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, but if you
Yeah.
don't know that,
Yeah.
and you're just
Okay.
like, Panthers.
But
So-
it's cute. It's a lake town. I met
It
my
is.
husband in Denver, and I was like, "What do you mean you grew up on a lake?"
Yeah.
And he was like,
He's like, no.
Calm down. Calm down.
"Yeah,
It's where the cows get water.
exactly."
Like, don't get it.
It is good fishing, though.
It's so true.
So did he follow you all these places after Denver, or he's like, go sow your oats, I'll be here when you're done?
He both.
Oh.
Both. Yeah. So we worked on the reality show together.
Okay.
He's also a photographer. And then he got the chief photographer job at the ABC station in San Diego,
Oh, okay.
which is what led us there.
Perfect.
Yep.
Okay.
So, and then when we wanted to come back to Montana for the quiet life, he was the first one to get a job in Montana.
Okay.
We tried. It was like, you get a job, I'll get a job. Whoever gets a job first.
We'll be
Yeah.
partners.
Yeah.
You get me a job when you get a job.
Yeah,
We'll go
that's
together. Package deal.
Yep. We worked on it. Yeah.
That would not work in my family. You get me and my husband, they'd be like, nah, we're good.
You'd bring a wide variety of skill sets.
We
though.
would.
Yeah.
People would question why they had to have him. I'm that good. Anyway.
You bring all the smoke. That's great.
So he got a job here or back in Missoula?
You guys, he got a job in Billings.
Oh,
Oh, that's right. I was just thinking, I was trying to think, I was like, where was he before? Yeah,
We
that's
went-
right. That's right. Yep.
Yeah. We went to Billings first, and then the Montana Television Network transferred us here
okay.
to Great Falls,
Okay.
which is where he became Shannon's news director at the local television station in
right.
Great Falls.
Full circle.
Okay. What I can't connect the dots on yet because I know Hometana used to have 2 locations.
Yep.
And one of them was not in Great Falls.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a trial separation and you're like, I'm gonna go live in Missoula for a while and start my business?
No.
What happened in that space?
Well, we started. I mean, have we even told people what Hometana is?
No,
No,
no.
we
Do
went
care.
there.
It started
Actually-
before the 2 locations.
Okay.
too.
Let's get back. He gets the job in Billings and then to Great Falls. Are you
What is she doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? Just being a really supportive partner in life?
Yeah, I wish. No. Yeah.
Here's your martini, dear. How was your day?
When Montana Television Network transferred us to Great Falls, we did that whole package deal thing you were talking about
Yeah.
earlier. So they hired me to do some marketing, and he became news director.
Okay.
So we were both working full time in Great Falls.
That works out well.
And then I started Hometana in my basement.
Ooh.
Where all good things start. Yeah.
Basement businesses are the best.
Yes.
So, what was the vision when you started it? What were you doing, and what is different maybe today than what started in your basement, other than scale?
Oh, everything's different. I started Hometana because when I lived in all of these places at the time, so we're talking 12 years ago now, there was really only one game in town, figuratively speaking, where you could buy a Montana t-shirt. It wasn't trendy yet. 12 years ago, it wasn't like the cool thing. And here I am in Denver and Salt Lake and Austin, and all I want is Montana shirts. Montana shirts. I want to wear Montana shirts every single day. And there's not a lot of places to get them. And so,
And we're talking Montana general, because what will happen when you travel the state, you'll find people in cat or grizz clothing,
correct.
which is symbols of Montana, but not Montana.
Not
Correct.
school associated.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Just like the shape of the state or,
Right.
you know. And so I was buying Montana t-shirts everywhere I lived, and I would be walking down the street in San Diego and people would be stopping me. Oh my God, where in Montana are you from? Oh my God. and then I bought so many Montana t-shirts that there weren't really a lot of options left. I had like all 5 of them. I was
All of
like,
the designs.
Rotate Monday, Wednesday. Tuesday. Yeah.
oh, there weren't a lot of places to get Montana
Yeah.
t-shirts. And so I just started making my own.
That makes
Did
sense.
you did you know how to make a branded T-shirt when you started?
Shannon.
Of course she did.
Of course not.
Well, it's very creative. So
I
if it
don't
was
know.
just in the, yeah.
No, I had no idea how to. Well, and when I did television marketing for a few years, I became very good at graphic design. So I had the photography background, and then I got good at graphic design. And so then
This is
I
the helpful base to work from.
Yeah. So I know how to design.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we would send them off to
But
a
the
printer.
physical, actual, like,
No idea.
making this happen.
No idea. Yeah.
So you did not go to eBay and get one of those hot shrink press things and print your thing off and put it in there and put the press down.
I did not go down the Cricut avenue. We originally in the
Is that what that's
beginning
called?
stages. No, that's not called
The
the Cricut.
Cricut
like-
thing's the printer thing.
Okay. I was
Cricut is where
thinking
you
of
cut the vinyl.
Oh, I was
out.
thinking of. I was like, well, I guess it like because you pull it to Cricut.
It's
I
like,
was why is it-
16 by 16. It gets really hot. You
Yeah, the iron
Yep.
thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Looks like
I'm
a
sorry,
starch
continue.
machine, but
Yeah.
flat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
No.
checked them out on eBay a number of times.
it
I'm
sounds
like,
like
oh,
it. Are you going to start making something?
No.
Come on, Rebecca.
This is the same issue with like making jewelry or anything else
Oh
creative.
yeah, you've tried that.
I've tried
on.
it, and then it's like, what am I doing? There's people that can do this. I don't need to.
No.
I don't need to make this a hobby.
Oh, you should tell Shirstie about a side story about the jewelry thing you found on eBay. Your highly coveted old
Oh, my
Let's
Mary
hear it.
Kay.
box. Oh yeah, your Mary Kay thing.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
So, listeners, I'm sorry. Here we go again. So in the 90s, I recently got back into Mary Kay makeup. And in the 90s, when I was in school, we had a Mary Kay lady in our town, and she was brilliant, is brilliant. She's still alive. So I'm going to say she's still brilliant. But like about 14 to 16-year-olds, she would offer makeup parties for birthdays. And so if you went to, like, the cool kids got to have makeup parties.
The cool kids of the 6 people in her class.
We pulled from other areas of town. So you would get this Mary Kay party as part of this birthday party, and you'd learn facial care and how colors worked and what good makeup was and how to apply it. So it's like really good education about not being a hoochie when you put your makeup on and how to put really good stuff on your face.
Got it.
So I think it's brilliant. So then from that point forward, I'm still thankful to my mother and father to this day that my mom actually let me continue to just get Mary Kay makeup because, you know, it wasn't necessarily the cheap stuff that you could get at the drugstore. It was quality facial care and makeup. And so I ended up with this beautiful little Mary Kay compact that would carry a lipstick, 2 eyeshadows, a blush, and your travel brushes. And I loved this thing. And, you know, I get set in my ways. I'm always getting the same eyeshadows, same blushes, same lipstick. And it was just basic and simple. And I loved it. Well, somewhere along the line, I lost it. And then a couple months ago, I'm like, I wonder if that still exists. So then I dove down the rabbit hole of seeing like, oh, could I look up Mary Kay catalogs from 20, 30, 40 years ago and see how the trends have changed and what they've changed. And then I'm like, oh, I wonder if you can still buy this on eBay. So I went to eBay and I started buying makeup and stuff from the 90s on eBay. So now I've got my compact almost full. I've got my lipstick, my old compact I had to order because I don't know where the other one was, if it broke, if I gave it away. So now I've got that. I've got to come up with eyeshadows now. And what am I doing with it? I'm just looking at it because I'm scared to death to put 30-year-old makeup on my face.
But this is the type of
Nostalgic.
adventure she goes
Yeah.
down on eBay and finds. So I wouldn't be surprised if she
I might end up
got
with
a-
one day.
shirt iron. I don't know what it's called.
It's a heat press.
Heat press.
Shirt iron is fine.
I mean, I guess that's what a normal iron's for. But
Yeah.
anyway, okay. So,
Core memory.
Yeah. So you were you were working in television marketing, and you're like, I have this dream of making shirts.
Dream is a little extreme. I don't know.
I
How
can't
can I do
shake
this?
it every day. I just want to make more shirts.
I mean, I have a massive entrepreneurial spirit. I always, like every 2 years, I come up with a new idea. I always want to run my own business. I'm that person who watches Shark Tank, you know, So
Well, it is fantastic.
there's that. Yeah. So I was like, T-shirts is the game that I'm going to get into this week, you know? So I was making T-shirts in my
Eric
basement.
say to that?
Oh, Eric's answer to everything is go ahead.
He's like, we'll
"Go
see what
ahead.
actually happened.
Go ahead.
So you're just making T-shirts. They're piling up. You created a website.
I did.
You walked the street, started knocking on doors. No, you want to buy my T-shirt?
No, I did make a website.
Okay.
And so friends and cousins kept that going for a good year. Yep. Because,
deal.
Yep. And then I started going to gift shops
Oh,
and asking them if they wanted to buy, which we now know is called wholesale. If I make all of these shirts for you, would you buy them? And the answer for the first year was no, 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 no. I didn't get any wholesale orders for years. So I
Wow.
did, So I did.
That's so funny looking now because you're like, stupid people. You should have said yes.
I'm really tired. Yeah. So we did craft shows. Yep.
Okay.
That's the that's the classic
Vendor.
arc of everyone's
Yeah.
story is
Yep.
we started selling at all of the makers markets. Name them. Everybody knows them. Yeah. And then the farmers market, Great Falls Farmers Market. You guys, oh my gosh, I have to tell you. Do you know those vendors have to get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning?
I have heard there's some that get up earlier than that. And that's where, I'm sorry, I get up that early every day of the week. I'm not doing it Saturday, but I appreciate the people who do. So when I stroll in about 10:30, 11 with my coffee
Yeah.
and their day is almost done, I can go, beautiful morning. And they're like,
And they're like,
we've been here. For,
Yeah. Some
you
of
should
them
have been here 3 hours ago. It was
Yeah.
downpouring rain and the wind was
Yes.
20 degrees.
It's
Like,
not easy.
No.
It is not easy for those vendors to get up and get there. So
when did Homer come into the picture for the
Homer,
shows?
So Homer is in 1959. Hometana has had many lives, story lives. Homer is a 1959 vintage Shasta camper that
Ooh.
we bought
It was so
and
cute.
towed very illegally back from Townsend, Montana, because it had no lights and no registration.
You made it.
Yeah,
It's fine.
some people just call that a Saturday night.
And we remodeled it and turned it into a t-shirt shack. So Homer, we started Hometana in 2017. Homer was circa 2019.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay.
And that
Okay.
was about the time I quit my job.
Okay.
And now
Ooh.
we're doing Hometana full time.
that's a big
That's
leap.
a big, scary step.
It's so scary. You guys, it's so scary because you get to this point when you're owning a business where you're too busy with both jobs to put any more time into Hometana. But Hometana's not making enough money for you to quit your job.
yeah.
But Hometana can't make any more money unless you spend more time on it. Every small
That's that
business
tipping
person.
point. Yeah.
It's very difficult.
And then you're like, well, at least maybe I won't starve to death because
Because Homer,
Yeah.
Homer,
Yeah.
the 1959 Shasta.
Yeah.
So I quit my job, remodeled Homer for about 3 months, and then summer of 2019 was like 21 trade shows in 13 weeks. It was exhausting.
Man.
I towed that sucker all over Montana.
Did you sleep in Homer too, or
I
did?
didn't.
Oh,
No. Good question.
because there are some artists that come for Western Art Week and they exhibit in a hotel room, and there's no beds there.
Yeah.
but they've got like a bed
I
roll
didn't
that
think about
they
that part.
Yep.
roll
Yeah.
out once they close and sleep in the room.
Yeah.
on the floor.
Yeah.
or in the bathtub.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a great question. Great question. I did not. I did not. I always tried to pick trade shows where I could couch surf.
Oh, good plan.
Smart.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
always went
Make
to
friends.
a friendly town.
Yeah.
Yeah, cousins and friends. And
Or you can, I was at in Lewistown for the Choke Cherry Festival.
you got it.
There was this great lady there that was a vendor out of Glendive. So I can imagine like a lady from Glendive comes up to to Homer and it's like, oh, you've got great stuff. You should come to Glendive for this. And you're like, I will if I can sleep on your couch.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
It's a long trek.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah. Yep.
When did you have the name Hometana from the very beginning when you started in your basement with the t-shirts?
We trademarked Hometana when we were still living in San Diego.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, that's
So
a
you
great
knew
name. I'm going to use it
something
for
was
something.
going to happen.
Yes.
With
Yeah.
that.
Can I tell you this? Hometana.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Came out of ether. We're living in San Diego. Eric's brother and their kids were living in Alaska, and grandma and grandpa are living in Montana. And this anecdote gets passed through our family that the Alaska family is getting ready to come home for the summertime, and the 4-year-old niece, my niece, calls her grandma and says, only 4 more sleeps until I get to go to Hometana.
Oh.
And it was a 4-year-old Freudian slip.
Yeah.
She had no idea she was saying Hometana. She thought she was saying home. She thought she was
Yeah,
saying
it just-
Montana. And that puppy was trademarked within
Beautiful.
24 hours.
That's brilliant.
And you're like, how did no one have this
How
before?
does it not exist?
Yeah.
And what's the first thing that you do when you have a good idea?
Trademark
You
it.
tried.
www.
I was like,
right?
GoDaddy.
You Google it.
Yeah.
So,
Been there.
I mean, Hometana.com didn't exist. Hometana Gmail didn't exist. Nothing
Yeah.
Hometana existed in the world.
Secured it all.
That's amazing.
All trademarked. We also tried to trademark Why Homing because we thought that was clever.
yeah.
Trademarked already. Taken.
Really?
We then-
Wyoming, come on,
Why
people.
Homing. And then we tried to trademark Ida Home.
Yeah.
Taken.
Gone already? But
Yeah.
Hometana wasn't.
Hometana.
That's amazing.
Score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and thanks to your niece. Does she get
Yeah.
just like free
Royalties?
merchandise from that? Just kidding.
She's negotiated a contract where she gets 5% of all the sales.
Yeah. Wait a second. This is my idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So 2019, traveling around
Oh my
with
gosh.
Homer. Just how does that first winter go when you're full on Hometana?
So 2019, we put Homer in the garage, and then we opened our first retail location in
Missoula.
Missoula. This is where it gets really confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're here in Great Falls.
Because we're
Yeah.
in Great Falls.
Yeah.
And Homer's at the garage in Great Falls. And you're like, actually, Missoula.
This is a full circle moment.
Yeah.
Homer went to Valier.
Homer went home.
Yeah, Homer went to storage in Valier. So Eric got transferred to Missoula.
Oh.
Is how the story goes. The Montana Television Network wanted him in Missoula.
Okay. Well, that makes more sense as to how you ended up there with the store.
Yep, we're getting there. So
Love always wins so far in this story.
yeah,
right.
November of 2019.
The news always wins. Is what this story is.
Right. Yeah.
The news world wins.
Jobs, health insurance. Oh, I guess
Money.
we'll
I guess
go.
one of us should have something secure.
So November 2019, we opened the first retail store. I had no idea what I was doing.
But at some point, I have to, like 2019 wasn't that long ago. And for some reason, I think Hometana has existed for so much longer.
2017. I mean, we're at 8 years
gosh. That it is 2025.
But in my mind, it's
not
been
that
like
long ago.
20
Well, you had
years.
like the weird COVID situation, so it seems less time maybe. But yeah, you're
went
saying it feels
fast.
like it's been around forever.
Yeah.
now. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're new. Yeah. Little babies.
Well, let's not go that far.
Yeah.
So 19, you open the store, brick and mortar in Missoula.
I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea how to write a business plan. I asked the bank for $25,000. I figured if I sold 5 T-shirts a day, I could pay it off. Guess what happens in February, March of 2020?
Yeah, right.
I have no idea.
Oh, yeah.
People flooded the front doors of your building.
Yeah. Just let everybody in.
It was so brutal, you guys. It was so brutal. But we got through it. We got through it. Yep.
Did you keep the store during that whole time, or did you go back to
Yeah, I had
Just-
a
okay.
lease. I
Yeah.
had a lease that my landlord was reminding me about every day.
I know
Hey,
you
just
can't
'cause-
open your
just 'cause
doors,
this
but
is
you still
COVID,
need
yeah.
to write me a check for
yeah.
rent.
It was a phone call, believe it or
Yeah.
not. It was a phone call. Yeah. So we kept the store and once we got through, you guys remember 2020, the first part of 2020, everybody was like, oh my God, what do we do? And then the last part of 2020 and 2021, everybody came out of the woodwork and we were really
People
lucky.
who never left their home
Right.
ever.
We're like,
Right.
I have to leave.
Yeah, very supportive of small business.
Good.
So we kind of rose up out of the ashes there. But we were really lucky. We had a website.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so a lot of people pivoted it online. So we
Yeah.
did good with the website. and
Was
we're
this
fine.
still just you? I mean, this is a lot.
Every day,
That's
just
a
me.
lot.
Nobody else.
Do you
So
have
much to
wholesale
manage.
accounts yet?
In 2020, yes.
Okay.
The short answer is yes, but I had to turn them off in 2020. I had to start saying no. Isn't that funny? Yeah. I actually had to start saying no because we just didn't have the money or the capital to be able to fund.
All the
To get that
Inventory.
much printed, ship it out, wait 30 days for a check, and so we turned it off in 2020.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was wild. And okay, but here's the. All the time, always, we were always looking for a storefront in Great Falls. Farmers market, Homer, retail store in Missoula. We were always looking for a storefront in Great Falls. It was very difficult to find one.
So when does the second Great Falls location come into play?
When did we open? We found this cute little spot that we're in now, next door to the Celtic Cowboy downtown. And I was
really near the farmer's market.
Right.
across the
Yes.
street.
Yes.
So
the
I'm
street.
telling you, Saturdays you can have mimosas and brunch at Celtic Cowboy.
That's right. And then
Go to Shirstie's, shop for some stuff there, and then walk across the street and grab some vendor
Yeah.
things.
it's a
It's
great
so
little
fun.
area to be in the
Yeah,
summer.
it is really nice.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a fun Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that space, remodeled, you
Right.
expanded.
Expanded.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you found that spot.
So we found that spot and we were like, we said, we're only going to test it for 3 months. We asked the landlords if they would give it to us for 3 months. And it was this tiny little square that's like 400 square feet.
Yeah, long and narrow.
Yep. And so that turned out great. So 2021, I think, is when we did that. We call it a pop-up.
Okay.
Let Christmas
Yeah.
time pop up
Uh-huh.
at
Yep.
Christmas
Okay. I
remember that.
2021.
Yeah.
So, and then we signed a lease and here we are. Wow. Yeah.
So you've expanded beyond just T-shirts. You don't just sell T-shirts.
Like our fun little magnets that we have right here
Yeah.
that she brought us for a gift.
I brought you
today.
presents.
Yes.
We
I'll
opened
take a
them before
picture
we
and
were
show
on
it.
the air.
Yeah.
But now we have them on display in our Montana wall or our Great Falls wall, so
That's right.
we'll tell you where you get them. So you started making T-shirts. How many designs would you say you've had or done from the start until now? Because there's a tipping point. You can't have too many designs because then it stifles people. But all the stuff is amazing, and then you also. I'm gonna stop there. So go.
You're funny.
Because I got another question, but then I don't want to muddy.
We from beginning to end, we've probably designed 85 different designs.
When you say we, do you actually mean we or do you mean you?
I mean me.
Okay. I was like, don't say you could. This is all you, Shirstie.
It's
Say I.
not. It's not. It's
the
just
designs.
me.
Well, her
I
niece gets the
design.
royalties, you
Yeah,
know.
that's true.
Don't forget.
I'm going to become friends with that niece.
But the second part of your question, we usually only have between 50 and 60 on the floor at a time. They're always rotating in
That's
and
a
out.
lot, though.
It's a ton.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's
a
a ton.
lot.
Yeah. Especially when you need to buy most of your designs in small, medium, large, extra large,
Yeah.
and 2X. Yeah. So a lot of inventory, a lot of SKUs.
Yeah.
And that's T-shirts. But then there's other things you could put on your body that have your design on it, not just magnets.
Well,
I mean, you name it. So we originally started out as a made in Montana store. Everything in the store was made in Montana. It was either made by me or it was I bought it from another maker in Montana. A couple of years ago, that started kind of cornering us, backing us into a corner. We started realizing that sadly, it's very sad actually, that all of the Montana stores were kind of looking the same. And so I started looking for outside manufacturers to take all of my designs to a new level. So now we do print things out of the state, magnets and keychain. Oh my gosh, you name it. Magnets and keychains and hats.
Note cards.
Greeting cards. I mean, name it. So I think we have a little over 250 things in the store that I design. Yeah. So, and not everything is made in Montana, but anything that's made outside of Montana, I have designed it.
Gotcha.
Designed in Montana.
That's right. It has a Montana touch, whatever it is.
But you still feature a few other
Tons.
makers.
Yep. We still have a little over 50 different makers. The candle makers, the jewelry makers, the leather makers, Montana makers.
Which is so cool.
It is really neat. Also, they're not just regular... I don't want to say a brand name and like be offensive, but they're really nice material T-shirts. They're not just
Thanks,
they
Shannon.
don't feel hard and
Unisex.
scratchy, and they actually like
Unisex $12
fit a woman
t-shirt.
better kind of thing. Yeah.
Yep. We work really, really, really hard on, before we print all the T-shirts, we make all of the print all of the T-shirts. Before we make them, we work really, really hard on the blanks. That's what they're called, is blanks, which we get from catalog companies. We choose a blank manufacturer out of LA called Bella and Canvas because they're environmentally friendly in their processing.
Interesting.
And the way they source their textiles and dye their textiles. We work really, really, really hard on the quality of fabric before it gets in our store.
Well, you can tell because it's not just a normal
Thank you.
normal T-shirt. Yeah.
To this day, you still don't have a heat press in your back room anywhere just to quick make a t-shirt?
We have many heat presses.
Oh.
Many. Yeah.
Look at that.
We have lots. Yeah. So the whole back of Hometana behind the saloon,
curtain.
the saloon doors that you guys hear creaking all the time is another 2,000 square feet of storage.
Oh my gosh, it's that big back
it's
there?
big.
Holy
Yeah.
cow.
So you're manufacturing your t-shirts right back there.
We are printing the T-shirts. We are not back there sewing sleeves on T-shirts. No.
There might be a hole you stick.
We print T-shirts. We print drinkware. We print headwear.
When I
Gosh,
think of
what else?
headwear, I think of the
wait,
little girl from
Do you
Finding
do
Nemo.
any embroidering back there?
Embroidery is not something we've dove into yet.
I was
No.
going to say I don't recall.
Embroidery is
But-
the one thing we do not. The machine costs $10,000, and if you wanted to give me that money, I would embroider something for you.
I'll start looking at eBay. Maybe I'll find one and just drop it.
If you drop it off, we will get into embroidery. But
And you've started, I shouldn't say started, I think you've been doing it for a while, but you do branded products for events or schools and things like
Customs.
that. Custom, thank you. That's the word.
that's the word. So Hometana actually
Journalism
is,
majors. Let me just say that.
We got there. We
Use
got
your
there.
words. We have Hometana has 3 arms of what we do, and that's our own retail store. We wholesale all of our products out to we're in about 120 gift shops across Montana, and then the other 30% of our business is customs. So anyone who comes to us and says, I want you to put my logo on this shirt, we do it. We have minimum requirements, but we do a ton of custom printing. Tons. Lots of projects. We're working on projects for Benefice right now. We print a ton of stuff for the University of Providence.
Nice.
Lots of landscaping companies. Lots of schools.
Yeah.
Schools. Yep.
Little did you know.
Who knew?
Yeah. And you also, one of my favorite things that I've gotten in there as gifts, and you recently helped contribute to gifting these to a film crew that came into town for
Fun.
location scouting, are the little tote bags that have the latitude and longitude
Yeah.
of Great Falls on it. I love that. And also she was a champ. She was out of them. I was like, hey, I want to give these to film
that's
crew.
right.
And she
Was
got
like,
it done.
well, let me go
There
back
they are.
behind the saloon doors.
Right. Yes. Made it
Whip
happen.
out my magic powder.
That's right. Made it happen. Yep.
Saloon doors. Yeah. When we first started, so the design that she's talking about, Lat Long, has the Great Falls coordinates on it. When we first opened Hometana, we didn't have anything that said Great Falls on it.
I was going to ask. That was
That's
my
true. Okay,
big
yeah.
question was the trend went from Montana, but now you've got a lot of Great
my
Falls
gosh.
stuff.
When 25 people a day come in asking for Great Falls stuff,
That's what
you're
I want to
like,
hear. That's
you're
great.
like, I should probably print
Yeah.
some Great Falls stuff.
It might sell. Yeah.
I was just on a phone call before I came into the podcast studio with someone who was telling me how much they love our town and every little area that they loved about our town, and that they loved the food and they loved the murals and they loved the stores. I'm like,
Great.
your town's not awful. And they're like, it's not Great Falls. And I'm like, oh, well, no, not everybody can be like us.
Yeah.
I love
I
hearing
agree.
that. Can we
Yeah.
just record that? And
Yeah.
every time someone posts something on Facebook, we can just respond with
Great
that.
Falls is great.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is.
We love it.
So do you lay in bed at night and just come up with a new design? Like,
Oh my gosh.
3 o'clock in the morning, you're like, oh, let me sketch this out.
Sometimes.
I knew it.
Yeah. There are so many ideas, and I have an ideas list.
Nice.
Yep. The ideas are infinite. Yep.
Which
You-
is good.
Yep. You can't use up your creativity. Yep. The more you use it, the more you have.
Yeah. That's kind of the cool thing about being creative, unless you think you can make jewelry. And then you're like, oh, I like all these beads. They don't make any sense together. So you do have to have an element of some design ability to see how things go together, I would say.
Our first 6 shirts that we printed were hideous.
I
They
highly doubt that.
awful. They didn't last a year. They were awful. It was all I could do to get rid of them.
Oh no.
Rebecca, you have to keep doing it.
Oh.
You have to
No.
keep.
No, I'm sorry.
You have to practice.
I'm gonna have to get a picture of the necklace I made, and you will go, no, that was probably a good hard stop. I'm creative in other ways. Jewelry making was not.
That's a
not
no.
it. Ooh, it was. It was
What
tough.
was it? Crochet? Knitting? Did you
Knitting? I'm
you
still
started
knitting.
on that? Okay.
I'm not good at it. Not good at that, but I like it. It's fun. I love going into the Farmer's Daughter Fiber and looking at all the colors.
Ooh, good shop. Also very lucky to have Candace. Yeah.
She's great.
But yeah, my they all tell me when I bring my stuff in, they're like, yeah, those are a little bit, your loops are a little too tight. And I'm like, well, that's probably because I'm sitting there just grinding. So I'm like, why am I so tense? People are supposed to be relaxed doing this.
Yeah.
Not me. I'm like, I gotta get this done.
And now you are just in Great Falls.
Now we're just in
Yay.
Great Falls.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, it's not a sad story. It's going to sound sad, and it's not. We lost our lease back when
In Missoula.
Montana. Yeah, in Missoula. Yes, thank you. Back when Montana was getting pricey.
Yeah.
Yeah. My lease was up, and I gave the best offer I had, and I was like 6th in
Outbid.
line. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So which it works out great. Great Falls, the Great Falls store is doing great. The Great Falls store was at the time, and is now, of course, because there's no Missoula, it was outperforming Missoula.
Really?
So it was a very natural.
Yeah.
Natural.
It made sense.
Yep. It just, you know how the universe tells you to do things and pushes you.
resist.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you cry and you're like, yeah.
Curl up in a ball on the floor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All
Great
been there.
Falls. Yeah. And everyone
Oh.
says, oh my God, I thought Missoula was, nope.
Yeah.
The Great Falls store is.
That makes me proud that
it's
Great Falls
awesome.
was
Yep.
outperforming Missoula with
Yep.
that.
Always. Yeah.
Oh.
Great Falls does well. They're very, very proud folk. Yes. They like
We
their
are.
Montana stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Eric ever end back up here working?
You're like,
I have to leave you and go to Great Falls for a while. I'm gonna sleep in the back room.
Yeah. We let's see, what did Eric do? Let's see.
Is he still around?
In earlier it's 2025. So in early 2024, he quit his job to come to work for Hometana.
Oh, so there is a little bit of a we there.
It didn't last long.
Oh,
Yeah,
decided
it didn't.
your partnership was better outside of the business.
No, actually, no, not at all. Eric and I were great together. I wish I still had him at Hometana, but he got recruited by the Montana Television Network once they found out he was back in Great Falls. They're like, what are you doing? So,
Well, I was making T-shirts.
yeah, he's making T-shirts. And I can't compete with corporate America.
countered him?
Trying to recruit Eric.
I'll give you 25 cents more an hour.
An hour. Yeah. I won't complain as much. Maybe I'll do the dishes on Wednesdays. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. So he went back to work. Yeah.
Well, that's fine.
It's fine. It's totally fine. Yeah.
I'm sure.
I know. He was
Sure.
he was a good worker too.
I know. It sucks when you lose the good
Darn
ones.
it. Yeah. He could fold a lot of shirts. Dang it.
So let's go into the experience at Hometana because it is a beautiful space. It's got beautiful products. But my favorite thing, since I don't have one at home, is Griffey, the store pup, who will come and greet you and love on you and be kind to you.
Yeah. Griffey is a golden doodle.
Oh, he's just adorable.
They're just good. So anyone who is looking forward to going into Montana, just know that we're a dog shop.
Yes.
We love our dogs. They make us happy. They warm your heart. They are so healing. So we have 5 gals that work at Hometana, and 3 of them bring their dogs to work.
What's the other?
You got it? Petunia.
That's right.
Petunia's
like-
the bulldog.
yeah.
Griffey's the doodle. And then Callie has... Annie is this little collie corgi dog.
Cute.
It's really cute. Yeah.
I think it's important to know dog people versus non-dog people. We've instituted interview questions now at our team to weed out the non-dog people.
And yet we have
keep
a staff member. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. It's an important question.
Really a valid one.
Watson and Maya come sometimes when
When
a
Callie's not
certain
here.
staff person isn't here.
Yes. Yep. And
Yeah.
we have lots of customers who are not dog people, and we put our dogs away.
Oh.
We
It's
do.
respectful.
Yes, we do put our dogs away. So
Do you have Hometana like dog bowls? Like
No.
branded dog bowls?
we have dog treats.
Yeah.
And for a short stint last year, which are not available now, but I'll bring them back, we had dog hoodies.
Cute.
They were so cute. Yeah.
So sometimes there's a little bit of sassiness in the products that you create. Is that a reflection of your personality or what people are willing to purchase?
So we started a new brand, I think is what you're getting at. Last September of 2024, we started a sub-brand, a sister brand, if you will. It's called Cowboy Slick. And it is so sassy. It is so sassy. There a couple of products might have colorful words.
Which fits with some folks.
Yeah,
Sure does.
but it's so the tagline for Cowboy Slick is witty gifts with grit.
Ooh, I like it.
So the all of the branding it has its own logo, it has its own hang tags, it has its own packaging, it has its own everything. It is in the back
Nice.
corner of Hometana, and it has like we just made whiskey glasses this week that say.
Fun.
I wonder if bourbon thinks about me too. You know, it's just funny things. We have a magnet that says, the difference between whiskey and your opinion is I asked for whiskey.
I did see that one.
So, yeah.
like that's a good
we
one.
have, we stickers. Like, we have funny sticker. It's our most popular sticker that says, quit petting my peeves. You know, so
Yep.
it's not, yeah.
I
So,
like that one.
so the future of Cowboy Slick will eventually have its own retail store in Great Falls.
Ooh.
Not
Ooh,
fun?
Look at that.
Yeah.
Dropping big things
Exclusive.
right
right.
here
Yeah,
on
that's
We're No
right.
Damn Experts.
Shannon.
Hard-hitting news.
Thank you for saving that for us. Just kidding.
The number of times we've asked people to give us an exclusive, we've always been told no. Look at that. We're making headway.
That's right.
The governor calls and it's like, hey, do a thing at my conference. Shirstie announces big plans here.
That's right.
It's the best.
Big things happening.
That's exciting. You guys get to be, wait, what'd you say? Podcast about, what?
So, yeah. We're going to figure out
a good
what is
question.
actually going to happen. The description is done. We just got to figure out what that means now that it's been written. But it's the Governor's Conference on Tourism happens every year in the state of Montana. We're going to go talk about how awesome
It's like a
podcasting
breakout
is.
session for people.
Yep. Yeah, we don't get a feature stage, but it's coming. It's coming. We're going to talk about how we use podcasting as a platform to promote Great Falls.
That's awesome.
And then how other people can replicate what we've done.
You
Oh,
can't.
cool.
You can't.
Or learn what we've done and then not do that so they don't have to
from
take
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
all the steps.
That's special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because when we started our podcast, it was in a closet. No sound treatment. There's a audio engineer in our community who came and was like, this is awful. You need to do something better. And so we hung up
This is the one I'm married to,
Yeah.
right? Okay. I was like, I thought that
He's
was
like, maybe you could just hang up some the sheets, moving blankets.
Oh, yeah.
They hung up for a while, and
Yeah.
then we got really fancy with tension rods and hung up some curtains.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long journey of getting better every time, and I just think that's part of growing and developing is you start out not good, and then
But you don't need to be perfect or have it all
no.
together to get started.
you don't,
Yeah.
and that's I think kind of the fun part. My friend is a CPA. And she listens to podcasts when she works on tax returns, which I would never be able to do. Like when
Right.
I'm working with numbers, I can't have that.
Oh,
I'd just never be able to
Like
do
audio?
be a CPA.
I was going to say, what do you mean work with numbers?
I can listen to music, but I can't listen to people talking because then I just want to stop and listen. So she started listening to our podcast, and she started last night at episode 0. She's like, you have an episode 0? I'm like, yeah, we're creative like that. We don't start at 1. We start at 0.
But how fun is it just to talk about Great Falls a little bit more? Like first we started talking about that conference and how you're going to share ideas with other people who want to start podcasts. And then Shannon's husband came in and helped you like that. People pay a lot of money for that knowledge for an audio engineer to come in and help you. And that honestly is so Great Falls.
Yeah,
Everybody
that collaborative. Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Which is so nice. And the person I was talking to about how much they love Great Falls was asking about our murals. And I'm like, here's 2 more people in Great Falls to talk about murals with. And they can get you a lot more information than I can because I'm just the pretty face behind it. I don't do anything. I just enjoy it. So I just think what we find, not just in Great Falls, but almost Montana in general, there's very few times where people are going to go, yeah, I don't want to talk to you about that.
Right.
Oftentimes they're going to be helpful, and which is what I love.
We've seen that too with kind of the origin of the revival, if you will, of downtown Great Falls and the guys at Mighty Mo, and just kind of in general, very collaborative or encouraging, like, okay, you're competition, but we're going to be helpful for each other.
And you're getting a new neighbor.
Oh, we have a new neighbor.
They opened.
Yes.
They're in
yes.
there. Okay.
So Thrive Cycle.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Is like a fast-paced spin. I don't want to butcher their brand, but they're very cool and hip and trendy, and
you ride a bike in the dark
in to hip hop music.
Yeah.
And I think there's is there black lighting or neon
I
lighting?
think it's
The picture I saw.
dark. Yeah. Or at
the
least
picture
for
I
some of them.
saw like all the neon stuff
Yeah.
glowing.
Oh, they're so fun. They're so fun. And they have the best energy. We watch them come and go in their adorable little leggings every single day. They all drive like Suburbans and wear leggings, and they're so cute and fun. And I think Jennifer is the owner. We're so excited to have them. It's great. It's great. Yeah. So it goes. I love our block. I love it.
That
It
block
goes.
is
We're on
so
First.
revamped.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're on First Avenue South. So we're on the one way right before you get to Civic Center. And if you start on the east side, it goes like Hotel Arvon, which is so fun. We get a lot of people gifting.
Yeah.
And then it goes Celtic, and then us, and then Thrive Cycle, and then Linda Michaels, and the Man Cave. It's so fun, you guys. We have
You could
great
just
chemistry.
spend a whole day.
You could.
Like, I feel like we should do an itinerary of like the Arvon
Just
block.
this block.
You're staying in this hotel, then you're going to eat here and shop here, exercise here, get a manicure here. Yeah.
And I think there's such great synergy between Hotel Arvon and Hometana, because Hotel Arvon carries other made in Montana stuff like journals and jewelry, but I think a lot of it originates out of Great Falls, because the one jewelry person there used to work in Great Falls and now is in Bozeman, but it's just amazing stuff. So
their gift displays are beautiful. Yeah.
small, So you just whet your appetite, and then you go to the Celtic, get your mimosa, down that, and then go shopping.
Yep. Yeah.
That's the way it works.
And Arvon also has the beautiful artwork
In
that
the
also
hallways.
is showcased
Yep.
more during Western Art Week as
Exactly.
well.
Yep.
Yeah.
So cool stuff.
Yeah.
It's tons of fun. We're having a great time.
When you're not dreaming up designs or using
In
the
all of your free time.
right hot press, is that the name of it?
Heat press.
Heat press. Gosh, what is my problem?
You'll get there.
What is the Cricut again?
That's like a printer that cuts out
Vinyl.
stuff, like
Okay.
stickers.
All right. Well, when you're not using
It's not important.
your machines or dreaming up ideas or in the
Yes.
store, you said you love Great Falls. What else? Is it about Great Falls you love? What else, where do you like to go? What things do you like
What are
to
you
do?
doing?
Yeah.
We so we don't actually live in Great Falls. We
Okay.
live quite a ways out of Great Falls.
Yeah.
And so I love
Let's clarify a long ways out of Great Falls.
I live 20 minutes outside of Great Falls.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Is that far?
No.
No, okay. Like, no, it's not far.
No, we
No.
we promote things still.
It's a little bit of a
from Great
bedroom
Falls for there.
community.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't have
And so, and our family is pretty decent size, and they
Yeah.
live there, and it's a Class C. So,
yes.
okay, circling back to North Country,
Yeah,
I
that's
will
right.
see you at State, Rebecca.
I have to tell you, I am friends with some people in your town that you live in.
Is there a reason we're not saying the town name?
I mean, do we want to tell people where I live? It's like a town of like 300 people.
You know,
I don't
just
know.
for privacy reasons.
I was like, are we being private or are we just being conspicuous?
And so I got invited out to watch the state basketball game that was against your team and our team.
Okay.
And it was being played in Hamilton. So it was being simulcast at one of the establishments that serve adult beverages. And I walk in.
Oh,
I was
no.
invited. Okay. Let me just clarify. I was invited in and I wore my Whitewater Penguins Class C state basketball district divisional champs coat into the establishment.
Oh.
And the person who invited me is like, you didn't. I'm like, well, I'm not cheering for your team.
I'm so uncomfortable right now. I'm so uncomfortable.
And then my cockiness started to deteriorate quickly because I don't know what happened to our team, but it was not good.
Class C people just it's so serious. It's so serious. And there's another woman who works here with Tourism Cali who
Yeah.
also comes from a Class C town.
Yes, she
So
does.
we're like,
Yeah.
shooting glares across
Right.
the arena.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's so intense.
So
See, our rivalry only goes at the state level. So
oh yeah, we're
we
that
never
Cali
play
is
at district or
districts.
divisional.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's big time.
But okay, so that's my life right now is Class C basketball.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
to answer your question, it's like
You're in a
what
gym.
basketball
Yeah.
thing am I? I have 5 nieces and nephews.
Okay.
So and then I wish I could tell you that I'm an interesting person, but I'm not. I don't.
I think
work
you've established you
Do you,
are.
do you still do photography?
not if I can help it.
Oh.
But I get pinged all the time and I can't say no. People always
It's a
want
really
their,
simple word.
so hard.
You could try
so,
screw you.
What kind of photography projects are you doing?
Oh, no. I mean, our school just asked us our little town school just asked us last week to take pictures for their website. And so I did that this weekend. All of the family members want portrait photography. So yes, I still do it. And
It is harder to say no
I try
to,
so
for the
hard.
family.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have volleyball senior pictures coming up in
Okay.
a couple of weeks. Yeah, I don't.
Once your talent's known.
I'm so
It's out there.
tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a friend in Lewistown who does photos, and we make her take pictures all the time. And then we make her like not of anything important. Like we've just all gotten together and gone Christmas tree hunting, and we make her take all the photos, and then we make her upload it to her business.
Yes.
site so we can, because a lot of times we'll end up using some of those photos as a collective group for family photos for Christmas cards. They're
Yeah.
like, why don't you have that stuff up on your site yet? And she's like, I'm editing actual work, and I'm no,
is
get
the
our
moral
stuff
of this
done.
story to if you have a photographer friend, don't harass them into taking photos for you?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
unless they're really good about you being mean to them. But she ended up at sea level, and sea level for this woman, whole different woman. She got feisty, told us to shut up, and told us that she will get to it when she gets to it.
You found the line.
When she's not at sea level, she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't get that stuff done for you yet. Sea level one? She's not kind.
You pushed her too far.
Don't apologize for not getting us our free pictures. Silly girl.
Because you were mean.
We should make her a T-shirt that says, I will not take your pictures for free.
Don't make me go to sea level.
You should gift her a shirt for Christmas.
You guys, anybody can
that.
start a T-shirt business. You put anything on a T-shirt.
You can.
Anything. And then sell
But
them.
not everybody can make a successful, good quality store like yours.
Yeah.
And it is
It takes time.
fantastic.
Yeah.
It is a fantastic store. So when you are in Great Falls, hit the 100 South block.
So
We
fun.
got to come up with a name because 100 Central came up with Fun 100.
Right.
We got to
Yeah.
come up with something.
I call our little block the Downtowner block because the parking lot across the street is called the Downtowner parking lot.
well,
It's
that
owned by
makes
the
sense.
city.
Yeah.
And once upon a time, I think the famous Park Hotel,
Yeah.
it was once called the Downtowner. I could be wrong about this. We should look it up, but
On this podcast, we don't really care about true facts.
okay. Oh, good. Let's call it it's the Downtowner block.
Yeah.
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 I thought
That's
it was
perfect.
the Arvon block. Isn't that what it's
Well-
actually called?
The building itself. So back in the old days, they called buildings blocks.
So
The
that's
actual building is
okay.
called a block. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's when they stuck
Gotcha.
all the buildings together,
Yeah,
they
'cause it
called
was-
them blocks of buildings.
That makes sense.
So the Arvon block is the Arvon and the Celtic.
Celtic. Okay.
block.
Aha.
Yeah.
Different frame of reference for
Something
block.
new.
There you go. Yeah.
So now you have another deep understanding of one of our amazing retailers in our fine city that when you go to, you're going to feel like an insider now, walking
right.
in going, hey, Griffey, how's things going? And you're going to head back to the straight to the back sassy corner.
Yep.
You're going to take everything in. It's going to be a fantastic experience. How do I know? Because I've had it myself, and it is a fun thing. So next time you're going to be in Great Falls, that's one of the things to put on your list.
Yep.
The Downtowner block.
The Downtowner block. And we sell Great Falls tourism playing cards there.
That's right. You do.
We made it through that
New,
entire episode, and I forgot to mention all of that.
Oh. You
We got it.
forgot.
We got
There
it
you
in.
go.
We got it in.
We got it down.
We haven't told people on the podcast about those yet, have we?
I don't
Oh.
think we have. I mean, I did make a video and put it on Facebook.
Yep.
That's
It was
not
successful.
The same thing as
Nope.
a podcast.
It isn't.
You should tell people real quick about the playing cards.
Great Falls, Montana Tourism got a wild hair one day and found some people who were willing to jump on board with it, and we made custom playing cards. And these custom playing cards feature all the cool, not all the cool things because there wasn't enough cards.
No.
My dream started with 52 different images. Which quickly got narrowed down to you can't afford that. And I was like, yeah, probably not. So let's do however many.
A handful.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so each card, so every king is the same image, but it's a different style within the suit.
Different
and
artistic style.
we love them. I've been playing with them every night. My husband and I play gin rummy every night at supper.
Oh, cool.
That's fun.
oh.
And so we do 3 hands. We don't keep score, just whoever wins. Like you're supposed to actually keep points.
Yeah.
So whoever lays the last card down wins, and then whoever wins the most gets crowned the champion. And you got to perfect your
yes.
fake
I was
crown
like,
you
does the
put on.
loser have to clean up the kitchen or something?
No, they have to fold the cards up and put them away.
Go.
Yeah.
You should make
Good
it clean up
deal.
the kitchen.
And so Shirstie was one of the early ones who's like, heck yeah, I will sell these cards. And I'm like, fantastic. And then she gave us pointers that we're going to actually use the next round. So if you're looking for a really unique Great Falls, Montana tourism branded gift, which has a little bit of sassiness on the back, so you'll have to read that. we couldn't be happier with it. We think it's a great little marketing tool to get people excited about all the things that are in Great Falls. So thank you, Shirstie, for carrying those. You cannot buy them at our office. You cannot.
Not
you can
set up
only.
for that. Yeah.
Yep. we don't like to take money here.
We send them to other places to spend money.
We want them to get out into our community and shop in our retailers and not spend their time in our building because it's beautiful, but there's so much more to see.
Yeah.
So you can get your custom playing cards and a plug. There's another deck of cards down there by another artist, another maker in Montana, and they are pretty as well, but they don't have Great Falls landscapes in them.
Yep. And we have hopes and dreams too for how we're going to use those images in other ways.
Good.
Yeah.
Very excited for those too.
Yep.
You guys are brilliant.
Well, we work on it.
Wasn't me.
See, no jewelry, but playing cards.
Yeah.
Good job.
See, I can do stuff, just not make jewelry.
We all have our things.
Yeah.
So, Shirstie, thanks for being
Thank
on with
you.
us.
Thank you.
Sharing your story.
Thank you.
Is that the necklace you're wearing something in your store? No, it has your
It's
name on
not.
it, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it has my name on it.
No, that's not going to be on the store. It's really pretty. I like it. Yeah.
Thank you. It's shaped like a horse.
Yes, it's a horse necklace with her name in it, which I just realized was your name when I was looking over. I was like, oh, no, probably can't get that in your store.
You want a necklace?
Everybody wants Shirstie
Everyone's
necklace.
a Shirstie necklace. I mean, it is unique. Yeah.
Shannon, you're hilarious.
Well, I got this necklace. It says Shirstie.
Oh, Shannon.
It's a unique name, though. People might be into that. Be like, yeah.
We'll create a story around what it means.
There you
and
go.
Won't even be
Oh,
connected to
Shannon.
you.
See, possibilities.
It's funny.
So, folks, thanks for listening. Thanks, Shirstie, for being here. And here's your challenge. When you're in town and you go to Hometana, you can ask her who the first person she kissed was. Because that is usually a question we ask, and I did not.
You did not.
So
and you
until-
can get your own Shirstie necklace. I'm just saying.
Maybe. So until we see your bright, smiling, happy, healthy, beautiful faces in our fine city, we do hope you're creating amazing memories with your friends and family wherever they might be. We'll see you soon.
We're No Dam Experts is the recorded claims from Great Falls, Montana, covering what you need to know about this amazing damn town. Damn, that felt good.